you'd want to take a ride up there to see the regional jail, we'd be more than happy to go up there again with yourself, Pike County, Rawls County sheriffs, and look at it.
I just, there again, I'm still wondering how that helps. I can see it helping Rawls a lot. I really can.
Well,
They get a piece of the pie there, and they don't have anything like that.
well, and
They're currently paying
we've talked
Pike
about that.
and Marion, I believe.
They are,
Okay.
but they would not pay Marion. That would come to Pike and Lincoln.
Well,
I think that-
whether Rawls would be interested on the terms of it.
Right. And see,
They
that's
don't have a facility.
I know that.
This is something. It's not going to be a
Oh, it won't be overnight.
freebie to them. This is
Yeah,
something that's going to cost.
Well, I'll do some more research on it, see what I can come up with, if I think it makes sense or not, because I can honestly tell you, I can't tell you one way or another, I have not checked into it or not.
Pike County is not licensed to hold state feds like we are.
Exactly. There again, that helps them a little bit, because if they get a piece of the pie now,
But we're holding a lot of our own prisoners that there's a possibility, if there'd be a way of opening up more space for feds and ICE,
well, we can't give them right now.
maybe not today. I mean, here again, like I
Then
said, a
again,
year ago,
in a
things were a lot
couple,
better
three-
than they are today.
There again, in a couple, 3 years, things may be better again, we may be up to 75, 80 prisoners again
Right,
on the federal side.
right.
I don't know, and that's the unknown also, and there's a lot of unknown here. I will check into it, though. In fact, I'll talk to the sheriffs at the conference here next year, see what they think at the end of the year.
Which is all we've done, we just talked.
I understand that.
That's
Made
big.
that one.
Yeah, I know you didn't plan a site and decide to go to jail also.
No.
All right, anything else, gentlemen?
What did you tell the fair board already that you would do, just so you would see what we would, how it
No,
would work out?
we've actually had 2 meetings with them, and originally said that we'd do it at the $35 an hour. But if that doesn't go into my plus side, my revenue side, I can't take it out of my expenditure side as an additional revenue, because it's gonna come out as an additional expenditure.
Because the public's expecting.
I understand that.
I mean, to
I
have police
understand
at the fair, that's the biggest thing we got going on in the
Let me
county.
tell you something else though, Matt.
Yeah.
We're not the only county doing this.
No,
There's
we're not.
others that said, no, we're not doing it.
Okay, then what about, do they have alternatives to it, or they just
I
let
mean,
them?
at one time, I think they had private security out here at one time.
Yeah,
Or
that's questions I want
Wayland
to know,
or-
so.
Princeton or somebody, I don't know.
I think they did it some at one time.
That's kind of
A
what I
long time
want to know.
ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what they were
That's the
doing,
alternative.
or, because you had to,
That's the alternative.
okay.
Hey, Mike, last Friday, I'm guessing Jody brought in this contract
Yes,
to be
she did.
signed.
Oh. Oh, this is for it's just a new company?
Okay. And they're just a matter of taking over the other company.
That's all it is. In fact,
it's-
we've already been paying a bill to them. We paid a bill last month for that. It's the exact same company, same charge, same everything.
Okay.
It's just a new company bought it. That's all it is. And monthly charge and everything's the same. But it spans the scope of my budget, so I can't sign it.
I'm dated today.
That's fine.
So how about like traffic control and stuff, that bugs me about the fair, not having police officers at the fair, so I don't know, the
Bugs
traffic
me too,
control
man.
and everything like that, or is that nothing?
It bugs me too. I think
So,
we.
City of
I
Troy will,
think we-
the City of Troy will have to,
Well,
Well,
we do some control on
We'll have to
47.
do
Normally,
some.
the state highway patrol, we get a hold of them and work out with them to do the 47
Highway stuff, huh?
on the highway, and then we normally take care of H
okay.
on the highway. But, I mean, yeah, they'll probably still come out. But do you understand, I can't
I
Have
do
an
understand, I
additional
understand both
expense
sides, I just
without
also,
having
I also
additional
know
income.
you gotta have police at the fair.
but I also understand the fair board, if they agree to it, they're gonna put in X amount of dollars expecting to have this
So many
service.
offices, yeah.
And I can't give it to them because I won't have, that's an extra expense to me. It doesn't make sense to most people unless you understand how the budget works, and I do. You know, if you don't overflow that bucket, you don't have any additional income. And that's why I have a problem with that. We can't guarantee the sales tax is gonna go up, or the prisoner board's gonna stay where we say it is. So I understand that. I just wanna make sure you guys understood it with me, because it's gonna be a hard sell. I mean, I'm just gonna have to tell them, this is the way it is, we can't do it because there's too many unknowns right now. And I know they wanted to come and talk to you about whether or not they could actually pay as a third party,
Right.
X amount of dollars per hour, whatever that is,
And
$25
they
an
wanted
hour
to
or
know,
something.
another question he asked me was, could they call and talk to our insurance? I said, well, that ain't gonna do you any good.
They can't, well, but you're right, it's not gonna do any good.
No, and-
She's pretty much put it in writing twice.
Yes, she
That this is
definitely
the way
has.
it is.
The other thing he did say, well, he didn't care if they come in our vehicles. Well, I
That
said,
doesn't matter, we weren't charging for the vehicles anyway.
no, but he, you
I mean,
know,
it's from our
Man
office to
hours, yeah.
there, it's man hours.
yeah. Now, if they do that, let me ask you this, just off, if they would go out there in their own private vehicles, they couldn't, you wouldn't want them wearing our uniforms, and they did security,
Yeah.
could they do that on the side? I mean, I'm just trying to help you think of some ways to, cause I know exactly what he's
I'm
gonna
glad
do,
you
he's gonna,
brought, I'm glad you brought that one up.
yeah,
Let's say, yes, they're working as a private, for private security.
because of the liability, and I brought that
They're
up,
working private security,
And I
that's all
told
they
him
are
that.
now.
who's gonna take the liability?
Well, even if they're working for the fair surely has liability.
He said they did, I
Okay.
asked that particular
So
question.
I have, let's just use these three gentlemen. I have these three guys working for me, or working for them out there, they're all deputies.
Private security,
Now you have this guy getting into this fight and beating the pulp out of this other guy. You're bound by law to act as a law enforcement officer now. You go in and get into it and end up having to tase this man. Whose liability is gonna cover that?
well, I'm just asking a question.
No, I'm asking
Yeah,
you,
I don't
and
know,
I
it would,
understand.
it would have to be theirs.
They're working for the fair board,
Yeah,
fair board's
It have
liability.
to be theirs,
Wait a minute,
no?
he's a law enforcement officer now because he's making an arrest.
Okay, I get your point.
That's the problem I have with MOPERM telling us what they told us. So really, unless we get a policy, kinda like St. Charles has got, that everybody
What
knows.
do they
is
do?
not
That's what I'm,
liability. I'll bring you that policy again if you'd like to see it.
Yeah, we had it at
We
one
had
time.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
I
look
probably still
that
have it.
over first and,
Okay.
because it's pretty lengthy, but,
I probably have it in the file.
okay.
can
I'm
you
not sure you
summarize
bring
what
it
they
back.
do with that?
Basically, their officers sign off that they're not working for the county, they're in no way, shape, or form. However, there's also a clause in there that says you will act as a law enforcement officer. You are in uniform, you do have a car, and you will act as a law enforcement officer would act, including arresting and everything else. Now, who are they throwing in the trick bag? The officer that all of a sudden is doing his job? Or, you know, I don't know. It's up in the air.
Yeah, sometimes.
And once they put